after that, you need to take her Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
It's Monday.
It is. She just happened to be out of school today.
You know, it'd be great if people would tell me this shit well in advance.
I do tell you this shit.
No.
And now we're going to have it on video. So in 2 weeks, when you forget that I told you this shit, we can go through it and I can pull up this video.
No. I won't forget it because I'm going to have to fucking do it.
So next Sunday, when I remind you that she needs to be taken to school on Monday, you'll be like, why don't you tell me this shit? And I'll be like, I did. On camera.
Anyway, it's Monday. And today we're just doing an AMA because I am burned out. And I spent way too much time out in the sun today.
Mike doesn't do well in the sun.
Not at all. And so, yeah. I guess until we get a question, I can just start off with saying that I will be going back to the writing sprints tomorrow morning.
You're going to start again tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, because you're starting everything fresh Tuesday.
Yep. And I want shadows done before Halloween, so that's going to be one of my goals.
That's what you're going back to, is you're finishing up shadows.
I want to edit. I want to finish editing shadows.
Okay. I need to finish rereading that so I can go over that.
And then I have to, and I'm going to feed it through autocrit just for shits and giggles. I might do that live.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that live for the member stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then I need cover art. I'm not going to get an artist in time. I don't have money. Because I bought a bed set.
And you bought books.
I have 6 pages worth of questions. Banana bread. Hello, Diana.
Hello,
Diana. Shadow. Then, yeah. I'm going back to the writing sprints tomorrow. I do want to get the videos going, and I will be adding more member video content. I need to start doing that on Fridays because I want to do a live stream on Fridays for members only.
Yes.
And see how all that works. Because now I got 2 members. Woo.
Ooh.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Robin. And Chris. I'll be doing I do like a live update, or not a live update. I do an update video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, try to. I forgot last Thursday. I need to start adding that to my schedule.
Yep.
And then I'll do a Friday night live stream at 5 my time, Mountain.
You said for like an hour?
About an hour or so. My classes start this week. I've also started looking for a job. Awesome.
Awesome.
Good deal. My classes don't. I don't have any classes. I have to start looking for a job too. Have you ever considered having an agent? Pros, cons of other writers looking into having an agent.
Can I answer that question for you?
No.
Damn it. I know the answer really well.
Have I ever considered having an agent? I considered it at one point, and then I decided no. Mostly because I don't write for an audience of one. When you're trying to get an agent, you're trying to make them happy, and they're trying to sell your book. If they don't think if they don't think they can sell your book, they won't take you out.
And they'll try and get you to change it.
Oh yeah. In fact, I saw a thread earlier today about how someone was trying to get an agent, and they wanted her to literally rewrite the entire book to be something completely different.
Sellable, yeah.
And she's like, nope.
Yep.
So that's why I won't even consider it now.
Or like your mom ran into, where they wanted
$3,000 up front.
$3,000 up front.
No. Sorry, but I don't pay up front for shit. Well, you know, unless I'm getting like a book cover.
Oh yeah.
I might pay some editors in the future. But and for someone who's supposed to be selling my book, no. Sell my book and make the money. Yeah. I ain't giving you jack shit. Jack left down. But yeah, that's one of the biggest cons that I can think of getting an agent is that you have to please an audience of one. Same with a traditional publisher. If a traditional publishing house doesn't think they can sell your book, they're not going to. So I'm going to write the book I want to write, and I will self-publish it myself. I just need to work a little bit more on marketing, which is what I was trying to get involved in before the whole Father's Day thing happened.
Yeah.
So all that kind of just got screwed up. So what?
Diana, it might be on your end.
It keeps freezing. Yeah. My thing's working.
Yeah, everything's showing it's fine.
Will you get out of my damn way?
I think the pyramids will like it.
I saw Shadow's face through the glass when I took a drink. She was looking up at it, like all distorted. Oh my god, I almost spit it out on her face. You almost made me do a spit take with Fireball.
Ooh, that would be a Bernie spit take.
And she'd be sticky as fuck for days. Maybe on your Sea Devil. Hey Sea Devil.
Hi, Sea Devil.
Yeah. It's working fine on ours.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I just checked on my phone and it was fine. So.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Alrighty, but as for a pro, I can't think of any.
Of getting an agent.
Getting an agent, yeah.
Most other the writers that you've talked to.
Yeah, I think all of the authors I've interviewed so far have been self-published.
Yeah.
And
most of them have cons about like getting an agent, and
none of us want to write for an audience of one.
Yeah.
So they will try to make you change all kinds of things just so they can sell your book. I am going to write the story I want to tell. If people want to buy it, cool. If not, I still have a full-time job. So it doesn't matter.
Don't lick my nose, you weirdo.
I'm trying to think of any. Like, I know pros, if you get an agent and you get signed on with a publisher, some pros could be upfront payouts. We got royalties.
Yeah.
Which I've not met a lot of authors who had that.
Yeah.
They take care. They're supposed to take care of the marketing for you, but they still demand that you have a certain number of social media followers.
Yeah.
Or they won't take you on.
Which, I mean, because at that point, you might as well be doing your damn self,
right? Because you're supposed to be marketing your book as well, but that's what you're for, right? So
yeah,
I'm really having a hard time trying to think of any pros.
I know.
And yes, if you are a self-published author, you're still an author. I hate that. There's a lot of people on social media that like the traditional publish that if you don't traditionally publish, then you're not really an author. Dad tried to give me that crap. That I cheated.
Because why'd you cheat? You have books.
Yeah.
They're published books. You've sold books.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you not an author?
Because I cheated. Because I didn't go through and get an agent and a publisher.
Because you didn't write.
Damn it, cat. I wonder how far it was
I
muted.
I wonder how long.
Stay away from the microphone. Anyway, I was saying, I lost my train of thought. Animals. Where was I? Oh, I've seen self-published authors at Barnes and Noble and doing book signings and shit like that. So there are ways to market it as self-published. It just takes a lot more work. But traditionally published, and agents should be doing all that for you. So that's probably the only pro I can think of is the marketing aspect. Because they have all their connections and shit, and they have all their ducks in a row, so to speak. So that would probably be the only pro overall. You think? What the fuck are you doing?
I was just looking to see how far it was muted.
Oh. How far?
Next.
Hey.
Oh, it got muted right after as we were finishing talking about the your dad giving you shit.
Oh, about me.
And I was like, why? And as I was talking, it muted.
Oh, because someone hit the damn mute button.
This far.
Wow. No wonder why we lost a lot of viewers. Okay, anyway, Dad was giving me shit, and I just essentially my argument to him was I have got 2 published and you've got none.
Yeah.
So nah. And it's not like I write whatever and then just publish whatever crap I come out. I actually put in as 100%. I reread and read and reread and rewrote all kinds of shit just to make sure it's the best book I can possibly create. Kingmaker went through a complete rewriting.
It'd be the best book you could write at the time.
At that time. Because with every book you write, you get better. And
don't notice my sign.
What does this sign say behind skill? You didn't take the plastic off it. Or is it just...
No, it doesn't have the plastic off it. I just wanted to stick it up before your show.
No. Well, you can't really see it all that well.
Dang it. I needed to go lower.
It says, warning, my sense of humor may hurt your feelings.
I found it at Five Below, and I just wanted to hang it behind him and not tell him, but he found it in my car.
So you probably have to bring it down to his shoulder length.
Yeah. I just didn't want your head to be in the way. And so I need to take it off, and then it gets 2 tacks in the corners. I just stuck it up there so it'd be up there for the show.
Sweet. Anyway.
Anyway.
So I was telling Dad that, yeah, so I have no idea where we were.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we're moving on.
But you were talking about what, maybe?
Oh, the only pro would be the marketing part.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because you're really bad at marketing.
Yeah. If I had somebody to do it for me, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't, well, it's not that I can't learn how to do it. It's just I don't ever have time to do it. Or I forget. I forget a lot.
Yeah.
When you have as much on my plate as you do, or I do, then shit goes by way of age.
Right.
Okay, I need everybody to fuck the hell off. Who else is down there?
Nobody.
She was just close enough to make somebody growl.
Nana was down there, and so was Shadow growling.
It wasn't Shadow. There was somebody else under my desk.
Shadow. It's only Shadow.
Shadow didn't growl. I would have felt it vibrate.
It was just Shadow.
Anyway, that's perfect for Michael, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you were just saying that you get better with everything you write. I was reading that you used to delete whole stories. Yep. Is that something you regret or would recommend to other authors? Yeah. Don't delete anything. I had a really bad habit of never finishing anything, and I've got quite a few partials here and there, but for the most part, I would delete them. I'd get stuck in my head.
Piss me off so bad.
Oh, this sucks. No one's gonna like it, and so I just scrick it. There's a lot of times where I really wish I wouldn't have.
No.
I'm trying to have a nice show, and the animals won't let me. Now I have a dog that's trying to eat a Lysol dilly. Will you quit? You've already muted it once. But yeah, there's quite a few that I wish I wouldn't have deleted. If you're starting as a writer, don't delete. Just save it on a document on a computer and come back to it later. There's like several ideas that I would like to do.
Hi, Neo.
That was me too, a deleter. Or I forgot to take notes of an idea. There's another one. Imposter syndrome. Oh, to the nth.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 2 extremes to imposter syndrome. With imposter syndrome, you don't think you're good enough ever, and you're constantly questioning everything you do. On the other side of the spectrum, you have imposter syndrome, where people will put in maximum, like beyond maximum effort just to prove that they can do it. And it's like one will burn you the fuck out, and the other one keeps you
Down.
keeps you down. And I was on the other side of that. I was the one that nobody would like this. This is stupid. This idea is dumb.
I had to tell him finally that I refused to write or read anything else that he was writing, because he'd come up with a story and he'd let me read just a little bit of it. And I'd be like, "Oh, I really like this." And he's like, "You're just telling me that because we're together and you have to tell me that." And I'm like, "No, I'm an actual reader and I am enjoying this story."
But then you got that imposter syndrome part of you where you're thinking, well, family and friends are going to like it because they have to. Because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And so I could never trust anybody to read
It
anything.
used to piss me off so bad. But then I'd like get involved and I'd be like, "Okay, when's next?" And then he'd be like, "Oh, I deleted it." Motherfucking fuck. Like,
yeah. I haven't deleted 7. I've rewritten it, but I haven't deleted it. I want to finish it.
7 pisses me off because it's one that you promised you were going to finish.
And I'm going to.
And and when did you start reading it?
Writing it? 2016.
Yeah. This shit pisses me off.
Which is why I have to rewrite it. It's like, it was cringy.
Oh, God, right? It was cringy. I know that, but at the same time, like, it was so frustrating because you promised that you would finish that one,
and
which is why I read it. What about Despair?
Let's see.
What about Despair?
In the meantime, I've written A Freelancer's Tale, Kingmaker, Shadows of Atlantic City, and almost done with Fury. Give me a break.
And what about Despair?
Despair, I want to get back into as soon.
Hanging out in the nethers. Out in the ether.
No one doesn't do it anyway.
I did.
I will be getting back into Despair.
Right for an audience of 1. Right here. Audience 1.
If you'd shut up for a moment. I will be getting back into Despair as soon as I finish Fury.
Okay.
Because Shadows will be done.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Why?
Because you were gonna do 7 after Fury.
I can do both. Okay, Despair is 1,500 to 2,000 words a week and recorded. I can do that and write Fury.
You better. I miss it.
So then, how do you get past that? I have learned to think objectively. As soon as I started writing freelance for Text Broker, instead of getting input, nice deal. Instead of getting emotionally involved with input and stuff like that, like people, if you look at it from an objective point of view, so like with Text Broker, I can say that I've written 5,583 articles accepted, only 3 rejections. 2 of them weren't my fault. So obviously I must be doing something right. That is an objective point of view. That is statistically valid. So, and that's not including the ones that I thought were junk that the client wind up loving,
always
giving me 5-star ratings on the whole thing, and then tipping me twice what the article was worth.
So I have another
that
observation on how you got past that. So Mike had this huge issue for a long time that he didn't finish anything. Okay? Like, it was almost like he was afraid to finish things. As soon as he finished A Freelancer's Tale, all of a sudden,
all I wanted to do was write.
All of a sudden, he was more willing to finish things and get past that deleting and everything like that, because now he just finishes what he's writing. It might take a little longer. Probably not the best dog toy.
No, she's playing with the Cruzan bottle.
She loves that bottle. She loves it so much.
God, I miss having an office.
You need me to take it away from her?
Yes, please.
Anna, give me the bottle.
It wouldn't be so bad if we got the wood out of the floor.
Get the bottle right now.
She can play with it later.
You have it later. I'll get it back down later, okay?
Now she's all upset. Anyway, so with Despair, I'll be getting back to it as soon as I get done with Shadows and Fury. Your bed is not in the office, so it's still considered an office.
No, he's saying he misses having a door
Yeah,
that he can close the dog out.
Yeah, I miss having my office, an actual office where I could close the door and just listen to her whine
And bang
crack at the door
and bang
and
her
bang the bone against the wall.
bone against the wall.
This is why I need an external office. Anyway, where was I? Deleting stuff. Don't delete. Don't delete. Don't delete.
Don't delete.
Even if you think it's crap now, earmark it. Come back to it later.
Because you could change it, and it could be a
Yeah,
really
and
good story.
after every book that you write, you get better.
Like it could be a really good story.
It could, and yes, I remember the basics of the one I deleted.
I like that story so much.
So did I deleted one was with Sherry, and it caused one hell of an argument.
Yeah,
that's part of why I deleted it, because I knew she liked it. So I was being petty. Deleted. So don't delete. Come back to it later.
Put it in a folder. Move on, and then come back when you're looking for ideas.
I've got a folder on Dropbox that's full of like partial ideas and shit. Like I started a fanfic for Fallout. I even wrote out the very beginning of it so far.
Cool.
War never changes. I'm half tempted to put that on audiobook too. WriterSanctuary. But Nanners adds a character to the office now, and you still have Shadow and Max. Pet office. Yeah. It's a animal cafe office.
You like it.
So much. Hey, no, get off that.
We gotta move that.
Yes, she's gonna break it, and it's an antique. So Nanners, get off it.
Nan, come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, so much character, so much distraction.
Chaos is my co-pilot.
Right there.
Oh, sure, wore my tank top.
Chaos.
Yes, chaos and mayhem.
Hi, KDC. We haven't seen you for a while. Mike was talking shit about you last Tuesday.
What's I saying? About him hanging out with his sugar mama.
I guess you'd have to watch it and find out.
Oh, touche. Something else I worked on getting past imposter syndrome was building confidence, and that started with finishing A Freelancer's Tale, but also by thinking objectively. I can't say that I suck because people paid me for my time.
Yep.
I'm paid quite well for what I do, and so that's an objective point of view.
Yeah.
So,
and you're right. That's really helped you by taking the emotion out of the.
Well, that's
out
why
of the writing, out of the.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's why I make writing goals. I can objectively outright Stephen King every day. Quality's not the same, but I still do more than 2,000 words a day. I'd write 3 times more. Read. That's right.
If he brought it, you'd be yourself.
Challenges me on Twitter. Woo! If I would lose, that'd be worth losing too. Right. I'm just excited to be part of the game. I worked 7 days last week. It was crazy busy. Yeah. A lot of dancers, man. Nice. And for all your people who don't understand that, I can't tell you. You weren't there. He said that King is my favorite author. Yes, I love Stephen King. I read Night Shift, which is by me as a kiddo. As an adult with your own published books, looking back, what attracted you to him as a storyteller? I think I've answered this once before. Like I've always been into horror, gothic horror, dark stuff. I've always loved reading dark stuff. I hate hack and slash. Like, I was never a big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. I like my horrors to have a
Stories to have
plot, and so
some
like
depth
I
to 'em.
loved Saw 2. The premise behind Saw 2 is fucking brilliant, but I like having a good story drive it forward. With Stephen King, when I was 12, I was able to read Night Shift no problem. And that's one of the things that attracted me most to Stephen King was that he writes in a way where everybody can enjoy it. It's not filled with superfluous language. Like,
No.
look at me, I have a thesaurus. No, it's Stephen King writes in a way to where everybody can enjoy the story.
Well, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of horror or things that are scary or anything like that.
No shit.
But I have read like 4 different books by Stephen King, and I enjoy
Some of
them.
them aren't.
Well, okay, I read The Green Mile.
Green Mile.
I would love to read
Shawshank.
Shawshank. I haven't read it. That's one I love to read. I love Shawshank.
Eyes of the Dragon isn't horror.
I read. There's 2 parts. One's Black House, and the other one Talisman. I've read Talisman. I'd like to read the Black House, but I haven't.
The cool thing about it is that it's not always like horror, gory, nightmarish stuff. Like The Stand is. I don't know if I'd consider Stand as horror.
I need to read The Stand.
It's a great book.
And I would like to read.
Well, Jelligrain was kind of fucked up.
I'd like to read Misery.
Misery was a great movie, but it's a fucked up book.
Yeah.
So.
The Green Mile.
The Green Mile is my favorite book by
It was amazing. It was a good movie, but the book is phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get a chance to read the book.
It's so good.
I love the movie.
Yeah. So good.
So I read Insomnia, and you have to have insomnia to read that. I mean, that thing is thick. I thought The Stand was big.
Yeah.
Regulators was weird. Desperation, well, I guess it was a demon, so it's kind of horror. Yeah. Gerald's Game is nightmare fuel. Especially for women.
I think I've read Firestarter. I have Firestarter. I don't know if I've read it.
I don't know if I've read Firestarter.
Here's one.
Salem's Lot is another good one.
Firestarter was my favorite movie when I was little. I'm talking like little, like 6.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Movie.
Right?
There's a child actress that didn't lose her fucking mind throughout. I think that's the only child actress I know that
didn't just lose her shit. Yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
My dance partner is now single. Turns out the whole time she was my dance partner, she was going through a divorce. I would normally go after a very beautiful
lady like her, but you have a sugar mama. Yeah. Third world problems of attractive guy.
First world problem.
First world problems. What'd I say?
Third.
Did I?
Yes.
I did not.
You did.
Did I say third or first?
He said third.
I did not.
Rewind it, find out.
No. No. Anyway, but yeah, that's the biggest thing that I like about Stephen King is that for me, he tells a really. Now you're ganging up on me. All of you. Burn in hell.
See?
No.
I was paying attention.
I wasn't.
I know.
Anyway, now that everybody's against me. No, but Stephen King, I like the way he develops a story and is able to tell it without you having to spend too much time in Google.
Just chopped it down the hallway, and then she stopped and looked like, how did it go? And took off down the hallway to get it.
Now she's playing with a pig. Fire hell in a basket, not a hand basket. Yeah. Anyway. So I was able to read Night Shift at 12. I read The Stand almost immediately after that. Salem's Lot was the next one after that. And then I tried to read It. Crap at my foot.
I think next time I get COVID, I'll read The Stand.
It's my favorite book. I read it 5 times. I read the The uncut twice and
Is this the uncut behind you, or do I have? I
the,
think
and
this
the
is my copy.
uncut. No, I uncut 3 times and the cut twice.
Is this one
No.
the unabridged?
The blue one is the cut version. That's the original that I read when I was
No, I'm
14.
talking the big one here.
The big one is my newer one.
That's mine.
You
And
sure?
yeah.
That's what, yeah, that was the one that was folded up.
Yeah.
And it got kind of crooked.
I see.
So that is the uncut.
Okay.
My uncut is the yellow jacket one. It's the original cover art.
I don't know where
I think that might be in storage in Sterling. It's another one that I stole.
So next time I have COVID and I'm home sick and I'm not doing anything except laying in my bed, I will read The Stand.
Okay. Right.
I mean, I will.
It's my favorite book. I loved it. That Stand sitting on my bookshelf. It's a giant book decoration at this point. Read it. It's a good book. I loved it. It's my favorite book.
Okay.
I'd like a lot of the older
Hold on.
stuff. I haven't got a chance to read anything newer.
I'm sorry. This is way off subject. And what happened to your ankle, Michael?
Where?
There's blood everywhere.
Huh. No, there ain't.
Look at the back of your fucking leg.
What? Oh, wow.
There's blood everywhere.
Holy shit. That's a lot, too. The fuck?
Oh, God. Okay. Let me go get a fight. Answer the question.
I don't know. Will you answer one more question? I will answer 30 minutes more worth of questions. Even though I threw you under the bus. Oh, it's fine. I can laugh at myself. I'm fairly sure I said third. So, no problem. Wow, that looks like what the hell? Huh. I'm bleeding. Not as bad as it thought, though.
No, I looked down and there's like
2 different spots. I don't know what. That's like trash.
Yeah, here. These are Nana's water face wipes.
I don't
There's
know.
nothing in them.
I don't know what the hell is. I don't know.
Did Shadow scratch you while you were sitting with your leg up?
I don't remember.
I don't remember her scratching you.
Hmm?
I just happened to look down because Nana was down there with the ball. That's, yeah.
Yes, that's a cat scratch.
It wraps all the way around. Oh, God. All the way around to the other side. Holy shit. It was just some scratches, but.
There's a couple of small scratches.
Just blood. Let's talk about Stephen King starts bleeding for no reason.
Bleed to death? No, I'm not going to bleed to death. Didn't know what's more scary, Michael bleeding or him bleeding out without no scenes bleeding out. Talk about Stephen King, starts bleeding for a reason. In the TV show Heroes, Claire the cheerleader didn't feel any pain when she was hurt. No, that's true.
Is that
you, Michael? Sometimes. Sometimes I will whack myself against something, or especially on my legs. My feet, I don't feel a lot of things. So I'll wind up like bleeding out of nowhere for like no clue why.
And he's not bleeding anymore, but it was hard to tell in the shadow what was going on. I just saw blood all over his leg.
Yeah.
So.
But I clocked quickly, so it was just wrapped around.
It looks like Shadow had to have scratched you.
What the hell are you doing? Michael was bleeding out and then says, I only have 30 minutes left. Speaking of Heroes was great. I liked the first 3 seasons.
And then it got really weird.
They went weird. Don't lick. Okay, now it stings when you lick it. Don't. Ow. Yeah.
Wash your face.
Damn it, dog. Anyway, yeah, I'll answer more questions. How about that? I bet you Stephen King never bled live on a show.
Your face is gross, dude.
Bet you not a lot of authors can say that.
Well, not a lot of authors have a cat sitting on their lap.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
And you still haven't asked him anything, have you?
Ooh, no, I haven't.
Michael?
I don't even know if he remembers now. He probably does.
He probably does, and you should. The worst that's going to happen is he's going to tell you no.
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Don't show me your lightsaber. Have you ever have you published online on Wattpad as well as print books? Which first suggest to others?
Nanner.
Okay, you're messing with my light now. Back up.
Pig.
No,
Hey.
other. Okay, so Wattpad I use as practice, and fan fiction because you won't get sued. I enjoy Wattpad. It's fun. I would like to get more into it. You can build an audience just like you can on social media. It does have a social aspect to it,
Right.
and you can do contests.
I do have to say that Wattpad is not what it used to be. When Mike first started using Wattpad, it was like the only thing like that out there. Now there's a whole bunch. And people started stealing other people's work and stuff off of Wattpad because there's not really a lot of ways to protect yourself if you're writing on Wattpad. So it's not the best platform anymore.
And I want to finish 7th on Wattpad. There's a few things I want to finish on Wattpad. But I've been turned on to Inkitt, and I started a story on Inkitt that I want to finish, and it is far more strict than Wattpad. With Inkitt, they read through it and make sure that it follows guidelines, and it's almost like they're editing just to make sure that it's good. And then it goes live. With Wattpad, you can just publish whatever the hell and hit submit, save button. So Inkitt seems to have more of a grasp on making sure that stuff is going up that's following guidelines and you're not writing something that they deem as offensive and whatnot. You can still write like adult fiction, smut, stuff like that, but they do have strict rules against violent or against hate speech and like child essay and stuff like that, like everybody else does. So but it seems like the Inkitt goes through it before you can actually publish it.
Most of my serious stuff, he actually is self-publishing and putting up on everything.
Despair, I'm going to keep going with because that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you'll put that as a book
eventually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but when I do it as a book, I think I'm going to redo a few parts of it. So it's going to be somewhat different than the audiobook. Yes.
It shouldn't, because it falls into that world.
Well, some of the descriptions
I know that guy.
Some of the descriptions have to change now
because of the other books. Okay, that makes sense.
You'll know what I'm talking about in Fury.
But I know that guy. I was so excited, and nobody's read the fucking book, so I can't even talk about it. Uh-oh.
Jennifer's reading it. What'd you do?
The pig went in the creek. I've got that more than show.
But anyway, which way I prefer? If you, I'm a big firm. Practice makes perfect. Wattpad's a great place to build an audience and start practicing. Inkitt is another one, and my author last week.
There's another one. We have it written down somewhere.
Because she brought it up because she has her.
Yeah.
Okay. If you watch the interview from last week with Marissa Carden, she has her fan fiction on Archive of Our Own.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
AO3.
AO3.
And I'm going to play around and check that out. But there's quite a few of them out there now. Anything that'll help you grow as an author. Vocal, I have, in fact, Shadows of Atlantic City started as the crate on Vocal. Patrick, my brother-in-law, wanted me to write a Western. So I thought, fuck it, let's try it. So I wrote The Crate. And after writing The Crate, I decided, I wonder how far I could take it. So that's when I started writing Shadows of Atlantic City while I was taking the Readsy Masterclass. So Vocal is another good platform. I'm not sure if you can do creative writing on hub pages. Sandrine does Marawat. She was one of the authors I had in March. She does a lot of her stuff on her blog. So that's another good place you can get your stuff out. Unfortunately, with the blog, you have to worry about being scraped and stolen from. You have to be a little bit more vigilant when you're blogging with creative work. but you can file DMCA strikes in Google if somebody steals your stuff. So, do you get back from readers on the? Do you get feedback from readers on the online platforms? Yes. There was one guy that was reading Fury, or no, Seven. He was reading Seven, and he actually brought up quite a few good points of how of character perspective, and so that was nice. I don't get nearly as much feedback as I would have liked, but all the feedback I've got so far, no one's been a troll. So it hasn't been like, oh, this it sucks or whatever like that. They actually sit down and give you a breakdown of why the scene would work better if you did it a certain way.
Oh, and you have comments on somebody left a review. Was it on Amazon or Goodreads on their own website? Some for Kingmaker, you have a review.
Iris Carden did a review of Kingmaker on her website, and so I'm a big believer in
Let me see a picture.
reading the reviews. I know a lot of authors say that the reviews are for authors. I think it's crap. A well-written review, good or bad, can be quite beneficial as an author.
ADC asked. I was showing.
And you had to honk him in my ear.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I aimed it the wrong way. He just threw it. Stop.
I'm so childish. I'm laughing because it sounded like fart noises. Anyway, but I do read the reviews, and it's really cool. She liked the ending. She's upset at what I did to one of the characters, but she likes how it all fell together.
I do think it's funny that the one review that you paid for.
Right. Well, I only paid for the review just to prove a point.
Yeah.
I wanted content. I want to show what it was like to use the Readsy, the paid service. What was it for? It was you got a review and a landing page.
Yeah. And
it's in. I have videos for part 1 and part 2. They didn't like the book. They gave it 2 stars, and all the stuff that they hated about it, everybody else loved.
All the stuff.
So I don't think the guy read the book.
The comments that were made and everything like that about it really made me feel like, as a matter of fact, I felt the need to go on Goodreads and write a good review to counteract the idiot who we're pretty sure didn't read the fucking book.
Yeah. He didn't like. He said the characters were two-dimensional. The dialogue wasn't realistic, but the world building was great.
Yeah.
I don't. And he kept referring to. I can't say anymore because it's a spoiler alert, and I know someone's halfway through the book.
Yeah.
So, but he said something that I knew for a fact set him off. That he didn't read it.
Yeah, that he didn't read it.
Because the ending would have made a whole different change.
When Mike first got that review, he was pretty upset. And we sat down, and I was like, let me read it.
Well, I wasn't necessarily upset. I was confused.
Well, we were like, I told him, I'm like, let me read the review. And I read it, and I'm like, Michael, this person did not read this book. And so we sat down together, and we analyzed what he had written and everything. And we're both like, no, there's no way that he finished that book.
I wasn't upset per se. I was more confused as to what the fuck was he talking about. Because everybody else, all the stuff that he hated about it, everybody else loves. And so, like, even Tom Bromley, the instructor from Readsy, when I was writing Shadows of Atlantic City, he loves my dialogue. Yeah. It's because the way I write dialogue is that I read it out loud, and if it sounds cringy to me as I'm reading it out loud, like it's a movie, I rewrite it. So my shit. That's Mom.
Shit.
Hold on. Sorry about that. I just had a phone call from my mom, and the only time mom calls is if it's something kind of important.
Important, yeah.
So,
Did you know that person really?
I think I met him once.
Oh.
I mean, it's sad, but
I mean, it's sad, but he's old and you didn't know him.
no, I don't. I'm sorry. I feel. Yeah, fuck with that cat. She's going to kill you. Nana Bread. Nana is messing with the wrong cat.
I saw Nectar. No.
Anyway, where was I?
We're
talking about Kingmaker.
I'm so excited, Mike. I hate that nobody else has read Shadows.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Nobody else has read Shadows. Mom has, and that's it.
I sent the link to Neo. I have no idea if she read it. And Chris. Well, busy. Chris has things going on, so.
I can't even talk to anybody about it. Nothing. Mom and I kind of talked about it. I have to wait until it's published, which gives me like another 4 months, and then I have to wait till people read it. It's not going to be till after my birthday.
Sorry. It's a good book.
It's a great book. I'm excited for it. I am so much.
This is the one that's going to get in Barnes and Noble, I think.
See, he was reading Kingmaker.
I'm still a reader.
Okay. It's okay.
That's all right. But yeah, what was that? What question was I answering? Oh,
you get feedback from readers on the online platforms.
I haven't got any feedback on Inkitt, but I think that's only because I only got the first chapter uploaded, the first skeletal. I'm gonna write it when I'm done with everything else. So, but there's a reason why I have to write skeletal after Fury.
Katie CC's I don't even read
because it's kind of connected on a different platform. I'm telling you, build my own little universe spanning across the internet. But anyway,
I definitely think that Shadows, like, you can tell that you took the class, that you improved so much. It is such a better book.
I love Kingmaker, but Shadows was so much easier.
Did I tell you the comment that Mom made, and then she's like, "I didn't mean it like that. That sounded really rude."
No, I don't know.
She's like, while I was reading it, I forgot that I didn't think of Mike as not being an author. She's like, no, he's an author, but I mean like a traditionally professionally published. She's like, that sounded really rude. I didn't mean it rude because he is an author. I
didn't realize he was a writer.
No, she said it felt like she went out and bought your book from like Walmart or it felt more professional than Kingmaker, and she just read the first draft, and that's what she was saying. She said there was such a great improvement because she was just reading the first draft as a beta reader, and she felt like it was more professional.
I have no doubt. I love Kingmaker. It's still one of my favorite books I've ever written.
Jennifer, don't start 7 yet.
But Shadows is just, while taking that masterclass, Tom Bromley taught me so many things that made shit so much easier. To visualize, and so it was just, I don't know, it just came out so much better. So she wanted to read 7. I'll read Shadows off. 7 is being rewritten. It's cringy, but I told her, I told her, and I'll tell everybody, on 7, when you if you go to Wattpad and you read 7, keep in mind that all the ones that have an image at the top of them saying it's been remastered has been remastered. It's been rewritten. The other half of them haven't been, and they're going to be cringy.
They're so bad.
But
I mean, it's a good story, but they're so bad.
Lust, Gluttony, and
what else?
Greed. And right now I'm on Sloth. Those 3 are done. So I added quite a bit to Greed. And gluttony. Gluttony's still my favorite one out of all of them. It's because I'm a disgusting fuck. But if you'd like to read Shadows, I've extended it for Chris. I can share the link with you. But I got the impression there's going to be some awesome bloody ickiness, and I need that in my life. Yeah, gluttony is definitely icky. That was a disgusting chapter. That's one of the ones where I think to myself,
what is wrong with
God
you?
damn, I'm disgusting. Ew. It's like I visualize it. Yeah, it's because I'm twisted. Now what has she got? For the love of Pete. What is that? What is that?
One of the shims.
She's not, no, don't let her chew those. They need to be used for the bookshelves.
I can't chew that either.
And dog. Anyway. No. Yeah. Anywho. I think the next one after Shadows, though, after I finish Fury and 7, beginning of the end, Predator and Prey, Skeletal, and Despair. The next one's going to be in Denver.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do it in Denver or Northern California because I just got a fucking brilliant idea for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching James Linka. He has a channel for the supernatural and unexplained mystery type things, and they recently had Bigfoot. And I was watching that, and it sparked an idea. Oh, what? Yeah, and I'm not gonna say it, but
What year was Shadows?
1874. Why? What are you doing?
I was just looking to see what California looked like in 1874.
Because they had color photos.
No,
It's not
just
like they were doing a selfie at the gold rush.
no. Okay.
But it's Northern California, the forest.
Okay. It was a place.
It was a place.
No, it was a place.
Obviously, and it's been there for thousands and thousands of years.
California was a place that would work out along your storyline.
Why wouldn't it?
Huh?
Why wouldn't it? Technically, Colorado wasn't a state yet when Shadows started.
Yes, it was.
No.
1876.
1885.
1876.
Are you sure?
Positive. We're the bicentennial state.
Motherfucker, we'll look that up.
Why are you so wrong tonight? This never happens. Never.
Right?
See, that's what I was looking at, Jennifer.
Oh, you're right. August 1st. That's why I was bringing it back. Oh, God damn it. That's why I was bringing it back to Denver in 1876 after Shadows.
No, California became a state in 1850.
Okay. It wasn't. Colorado wasn't a state during Shadows. It was still the territory.
What?
1874.
Yes.
It was the Colorado territory.
Yes.
But Denver was a city.
Yes, Denver was a city.
Yes.
But it wasn't a state yet. That's
no.
Okay.
All right. Okay. The fun of researching. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was still Mexico then. Oh, that's what you were just answering.
That's what I was kind of looking at. I was like, was California then, or was it still
California Gold Rush was 1849, right? Damn it. Love history, right? Love research. It's one of the things I liked about doing Shadows so much.
Yeah.
Is because of all the cool research that went with it. Not just like the historical references for states and when they became cities and all that other good stuff.
January 24th, 1848.
1848. That was close. but like all the I did a lot of references to the Civil War in the book. Not a lot, but
no,
a
but
few.
there's a couple. There's
References to Lincoln. That was kind of fun.
yeah.
They don't like how I just kind of thread that in there nonchalantly. But and then the research on the firearms, the dress, the clothing,
We gotta stop.
the
We gotta stop.
horses.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop. Because I have so many questions I want to ask about the next book, and you're not even close to being there.
The next book
I can't say anything.
from Shadows.
Yes.
Oh,
I can't.
no one's read it. It's not even. It's still in
That's why I
first
can't.
draft.
That's why I can't say the one question that I have. Hold on. I can't. I'll just.
I can mute this.
Oh, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. Fuck. It's rude.
I have 7 books planned already for
For
Shadows.
Shadows?
Yeah. The last one's going to be in London.
It has to be.
The Trevor method.
Hey,
Show up
Trevor.
and mute the mic. Well, Sam was asking a question about my next book.
But it's only in first draft right now.
Yeah,
it's only in beta reading. Actually, it's like alpha reading.
Yeah. No one's read Shadows but her and
my mom.
Your mom. Yeah. And so I'm editing it right now. And so she was asking me a question about one of the characters that are in the book. And I didn't answer. So
he muted it. Let me answer. Let me ask the question. And unmuted it and was like, not gonna answer me. I know the answer though. We've talked about it.
no spoilers. Yep.
Nope.
I'm telling you, Shadows Atlantic City is the better.
It is. It's my favorite book that you've written so far.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Wait until you get into Fury. Fury's going to be a big book.
I'm excited for
Fury.
Fury.
But there is a lot going on in it.
I'm excited for Fury.
Yeah, me too.
You're almost I'm so mad that you quit.
Done. Yeah, well,
I know. Timeline. But you only have so close.
Yeah. Probably about another 2 more weeks worth of writing.
Yeah, that's what you said. But then you quit so you can do Shadows.
Well, I want Shadows out by Halloween, so the burning question is this: do any of the characters manage credit reports? Yes, Charlie.
Oh, I was thinking Sam.
Sam? Oh, Sam, I guess, yeah. So yes, there would be at least one. I love the guys. What's Michael's favorite book that he's written? That's
Fury's not done.
Published or that I'm working on?
Yeah, you got to specify because he's only got
I've only got the
published.
I've got 2 books published.
And if you're gonna go with published, then Kingmaker is definitely the better book.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go with finished, Shadows. If you're gonna be with almost finished, Mike's gonna pick Fury's.
Probably Fury.
Let's see if we just answered
both.
This.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you like Fury? You think Fury's gonna be better than Shadows? I really liked Shadows.
Shadows at Atlantic City was a lot of fun, and
you think Fury's better?
Like when I'm reading through I'm editing right now, and definite difference. I find myself getting sucked into the story instead of actually editing, and I wind up reading and enjoying it instead of fixing it. But with Fury, there's so much awesomeness going on in Fury right now for the entire series that it's I don't know, that's gonna be a hard one to peg because Fury has a lot of awesome shit in it.
So what you're saying is I need to go back and reread Kingmaker. I'll reread Kingmaker when you are done with Shadows and getting ready to finish up Fury. Because I'll be done with Kingmaker about the time, a little bit before you are ready to be finished and send out the link for Fury.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to finish editing Shadows, and I'm at I think I was at chapter 6. I really didn't have to change much.
There wasn't a lot. I know, there wasn't a lot that...
It flowed really well.
I wonder, we should talk with Laura?
Laura from Interview?
Yeah. Is she the
Laura
one that
Thompson?
knows people to hire for editing?
She is an editor.
Yeah.
And she and her partner, WritingServices.net.
I wonder how much it would cost for them to. I think you should have somebody else go through it.
Go through Shadows?
Yeah.
Right.
Because this is like an alpha reading, and then you're going to go through and edit and make changes. And I feel like
And then
somebody that's not me and you.
After I go through Shadows, I'm going to feed it through AutoCrit and then polish up a little bit more. I think the AutoCrit thing is going to be mostly out of just for shits and
Curiosity.
giggles.
I feel like that it was. I feel like that's a step that got missed on Kingmaker.
Having a third party go through it.
Having somebody that's not you or I, or even my mom. We were talking. I made the comment about that one in one of the authors you were interviewing about how many times we talked about. I chatted it.
Yeah, I remember.
About I think that was a mistake that was made in Kingmaker in trying to push it to be published too fast. I really think that you need.
I don't know if it was being pushed to publish too fast. It was more of I didn't know what I was doing at
Yeah,
first.
I really think that it needs an outside party to read it. So, like, I'm an alpha reader essentially. So, and I'm gonna read it, and then I come to you, and I'm like, okay, here's what's going on. Here's what I found, and then you're gonna go through and edit, which is where you're at now. And then, yes, I could read it again before it was published, but I think that it needs impartial eyes to it.
Yeah, but then people are going to want me to change shit, change dialogue,
You don't
change
speech.
speech.
No, but you don't have to. You don't have to take those suggestions if you read through and you're like, I don't see a problem with this.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, you don't have to follow that.
Well, I didn't do that with. I got some feedback from the beta readers about a certain scene with Pelor, and I kept it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it went really well with the rest of the story.
Exactly.
And so I wound up keeping that scene.
Yeah. So, but I think it'd be a good idea to get some impartial eyes on it before, as a beta reader,
Well, I wanted to spend some money on it, just more or less to either review someone's services for the channel and the blog,
yeah,
or for content mostly, because I'm going to make a video and a blog post out of it no matter what. So
but
I guess I can shoot Laura a message and find out prices.
Yeah. I think it would be a good idea to get some impartial eyes on it. Because again, I am not an editor.
No?
I don't do a bad job editing.
You just read a fuck ton of books.
Yeah. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to story flow and things like that.
Yeah.
But there are going to be things that I'm not going to catch. Things that you're not going to catch.
Well, it's like when I'm writing Despair, like I'll write Despair and then she'll go through and read it and then point out things that I need to fix. And as I'm reading Despair aloud for the recording, I will still find shit that we missed. Yeah. That's because the way your brain processes information for speech.
Yeah.
And so when you're reading through something and you say it out loud, you'll catch all kinds of itty small errors.
When I'm reading Despair especially is where I started it, but even when I've read Kingmaker, and when I catch a part that makes me pause or go, I will read it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read it again to myself, and then I highlight it and put it in my notes and what's my note for it. Yeah. But that's, because you're right. Things, when they're read out loud, changes it. And I'm so glad you started with Despair with that, because I learned a lot in the editing and helping you edit Despair. With that, going through and reading it and being like, I don't know. You'll have to let me know when you're getting back into Despair, because
it's going to be right after I finish Fury. So I should be starting back Despair here in the next by November, December.
Because I need to go through, and I think I'm 2 episodes behind.
And listen to the rest
and
of the
it's
show.
been a while since I read or listened to it. So.
I'm also debating on making them longer. But the reason why they're only 8 minutes long in the audiobook is because it takes me...
Because it takes you a long time.
A whole grand total for each episode takes me 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's to write it, edit, record it, add the effects and everything, and edit the video, and then upload it. And so it takes about 6 hours throughout the entire week for just one 8-minute episode. So that's the only reason why I haven't been doing them, is because I've got so much other shit going on. But once I get Shadows edited, finish writing Fury, because I can still work on Despair and edit Fury at the same time.
Yeah.
And then 7, because I want to finish 7.
7
God
needs
damn it.
finished. Now, okay, hold on. Everybody, whether you've read 7 or not, you need to know there's a reason that Mike stopped where he did for 7. 7 involves a train wreck throughout the entire thing. Okay. A train derail, some stuff happened. In 2019, Mike's youngest son. Yeah, my youngest son. That works. Our youngest son committed suicide with a train. And so for a long time, Mike couldn't touch that story.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Like,
it was still fresh. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. So for a long time, Mike couldn't touch that story. So I give him shit about not finishing 7, but for a couple years, really, he had a pretty valid. Come on, Nan.
Out there.
He had a pretty valid reason for not finishing or working on it.
I really do want to finish it though. So
yeah. Well, you're at a point now where
that's why I started rewriting it. So
exactly. And you struggled with knowing how it was going to end for a while.
Yeah.
Like you weren't sure how you were going to tie it all up and now when we talk about it, you've said you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I know how it's going to end.
I'm so excited for that.
It actually, it's one of those. I have never written the words "the end" on any book. Yeah. Ever. Everything's always an open end.
Continuation.
Could be. So I've never written the words "the end."
Are you gonna the end 7? You gonna finish it? Or
no,
you gonna leave it?
No, but I have an idea for the last book from Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, of how I want to end it.
Cool.
But yeah, I've never written words "the end."
Because there's so many possibilities.
Oh yeah, I love. I even have the last scene of 7 in my head, so I know how it's going to play out. So
I'm excited. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's disgusting. It's 8:00.
I mean 8:00. Fucking tired. Okay.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, any more questions before we call it a night?
Where's your cards?
Over here. Don't forget that I will be getting back to the writing sprints tomorrow morning, and I will be editing Shadows, but anybody can join in, whether you're writing a book, writing a blog post, whether you're doing dishes, doesn't matter. It's all about being productive and just powering through for 25 solid minutes.
Cloak and I like to cuddle and read.
He'll be at work.
I know, but on Wednesdays, Cloak and I like to cuddle and read during the writing sprints.
Whatever. I get watch time, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I will be getting back to those at 10:30 Mountain Time AM. Cool. I gotta switch that. 10:30 AM Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Had an April piece stuck right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Last week's card.
Last week's card was "I deserve time to recharge," and I still haven't done it.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I've burned myself out for the past week.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a nice recharge Saturday and Sunday. All right. Today's been too much time in the sun. Okay. Okay, so this week's card is "I choose calm over anxiety." I don't usually have anxiety attacks.
I don't really either. I don't have a lot of anxiety.
Like, there's times where I'll be sitting there and I'll start getting anxious for no reason.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
It's your daughter sending videos. But Yeah, I don't really get anxious.
My cousins and me.
I think maybe I'm too stressed. I'm too stressed for anxiety. I don't have time for that. I have enough anxiety for all of us. There you go. Yeah, I'm not
Not doing. Yeah.
I'm not too anxious of a person. I think I'm just too busy. I don't have time to stop and think.
Right.
If I stopped and thought about the shit that I did, then I probably would be anxious. But I just make it up as I go and I just keep going.
Yeah.
So.
I have a little bit, but not very much, which with my other diagnosis, people think is weird that I don't have a lot of anxiety with my other mental health issues. They think it's weird that I don't have. But depression and anxiety typically go real close together. Did you not realize that?
No.
Yeah. It does. It typically. So when people find out that I'm bipolar, they're like, "Oh, do you have a lot of anxiety?" And I'm like, "No."
I have extreme highs and extreme lows. Like I'll be bouncing off the fucking walls like Daffy Duck, and then the next day I'll be on the verge of putting my head in an oven.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to do with an electric one.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember what show it was when someone had their head in the oven. It's electric.
I feel like it was like Golden Girls. It was an old show.
Yeah. Or maybe it was when Frasier was cleaning out his oven and Niles thought he was committing suicide because he got his show canceled.
Yeah.
He yelled at him, "It's an electric oven."
Okay.
Anyway,
do your.
Yeah. Anywho, I guess if that's all we got.
What the fuck was that?
Yep, going around the corner too fast. Oh, speaking of which, I thought I was going to roll the van today.
Michael, I've told you she's an old lady. She's an old lady.
It was on 120th, and I had to turn right onto 85.
She's an old lady.
Well, there's too many cars parked on one side, and the turn lane is right there, and there's a little bit of a drop off the side of it. And I thought, I can make that. So I had to straddle the potholes. But as I was doing so, we leaned like pretty fucking far.
She's an old lady. You treat her nice.
I thought we were about to roll into a cornfield.
Oh my goodness, Michael. She's an old lady. She's not a sports car.
She's a Harvard chick. Anyway. I guess we're going to wrap this up. It's 8 o'clock, 8:15 almost. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget that A Freelancer's Tale and Kingmaker, the books we were talking about tonight, are available on Amazon, and the link is in the description down below. I finally got my Barnes & Noble account fixed, so I will be getting Kingmaker up on Amazon, Barnes & Noble for Nook. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media, on Twitter-ish, Facebook, maybe. Threads, definitely. YouTube, absolutely.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. I get my Instagram messages instantly. So
pretty active on Instagram recently.
In fact, I've met some people already. So I am pretty active on, well, responsive. I shouldn't say active. Responsive on Instagram, YouTube, and Threads mostly. But I will reply to anything that comes through Twitter. I'm just not very active on it anymore because it's become a clusterfuck.
It's a shit show. It's bad.
And Facebook gives me my messages 4 hours later.
3 days later.
Oh, by the way, someone wanted to order a book.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Fucking
TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a TikTok account. I haven't made a single TikTok video. I made the account, but I've never made a video.
We're going to remedy that. I'm going to make Mike's first TikTok video on my days off. I'm going to do it.
With what?
With The Guardian and your book. I'm doing it.
That almost sounded dirty.
With The Guardian and your book. Oh, yeah.
Don't be molested by a skeleton, you know? She don't eat meat, but she sure like the bone. Anywho,
join Mike and I tomorrow night on
Crossing
Colorado at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to talk fitness in theory.
Yeah.
hardcore on the theory here,
Yeah.
guys.
Basically, I didn't burn every single calorie, no, but basically I did. Yeah.
See,
She does a dirty TikTok. People will love it. Yeah. Well, Timothy Robert I had on at the beginning of
he
the
was
year.
amazing.
Great guy. The only time he sells books on TikTok is if he does
Does
it
it shirtless.
shirtless. And he's on the show. He said he doesn't do it anymore because it makes him feel dirty. 2 weeks later, he's doing it. And so I had to give him shit. Like, hey, sex sells. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Flash a nip to sell a book. Anywho, thank you for watching. I also have a contact form or WriterSanctuary.com's website. And if you are an author and you do have a book published, you can also use go to WriterSanctuary.com and sign up on the author sign up form.
Do you have somebody on next week?
Yes, I also have Ian Thomas Healy on next week's interview. He is a local author here for he does comic superhero books.
Cool.
And so he's done like 200 books.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's going to be on next week.
That's exciting.
So stay tuned for
I
that.
almost forgot.
Yeah. Well, I'm writing blog posts for it tomorrow. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Ian will be on next week, and after that we have Maddie Bloom, and then Drea.
Drea.
I don't have to
I think
answer.
it's Drea.
I think it's Drea.
Awesome.
So I'll find out. But yeah, I've got all kinds of local authors coming up before. You can find me at Read Between the Stars on October 20th in Lakewood.
Oh shit, I still gotta take that off.
And I got my books ordered. They'll be here September 2nd. So I can
Yeah?
actually have
You didn't tell me that
autographed
you had a
copies.
date.
Yeah.
Oh good.
Hopefully. This is
Hopefully.
Amazon, so we don't know.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. We love you.
And we'll see you next time. Don't forget, I'll be on tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Which stop stream, right?
Yeah.
That was reassuring.
Sorry.